Hey, I'm Ron Slumwitz with Notable Dance and Fusion Radio here in Nashville, Tennessee with the Chainsmokers. Hey guys!
Howdy.
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing great. Is this your first time in Nashville?
No, we've been here before.
Really?
Yeah. We were here I think, 6 months ago in the fall?
Yeah, played at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And this was before the selfie thing took off.
It was before the selfie thing.
How
Probably
is-
when we had just started talking about it and we were just like, we have this stupid idea, but I was
I think our agent came to the party and was like, I'm going to get out of here.
So, did you have any idea this track would become as big as it did?
No, not at all. We made it, honestly, as a joke, and if you've heard any of our other music, it's pretty apparent that, this is kind of coming out of left field. But yeah, I mean, once we saw it taking off, we definitely tried to give it a push to, really get it out there. But, I mean, it wasn't our intention, or could we have imagined that it would be this big.
And how did you get Alexis involved with the record?
Alexis is just one of our friends, and she, we had the idea for the record, and we just hit up a couple girls, and she was the one that ended up coming over, and she did great and crushed it.
Yeah.
So.
It really does sound different than your normal records because you're usually more cutting edge with your remixes. When I think back to your Toby Loew or your Two Door Cinema Club, it's a much different sound.
Yep.
So how is the sound going? This record affect your sound that you bring to your future remixes?
Honestly, it doesn't really affect it at all. I mean, this is a one-off thing, It was just kind of, we're pretty vocal about what we think is funny on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. So this is just one more of our jokes that people made huge. But in terms of our sound and what's coming, what's yet to come it's going to be more what our remixes sound like.
Is there going to be a follow-up to Selfie or?
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe in I have lots of stupid ideas, but we're not interested in our stupid ideas, our career. So, when the time is right, maybe we'll do something else. But for now, it's definitely not our concern.
So going back to the beginning, how did you two guys meet up?
Alex was DJing and I was producing, and we were introduced to each other just by a mutual friend that was kind of working with both of us to book both of us individually.
And the name Chainsmokers came from your cigarette habit?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore.
The first person that has come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
What else would it mean?
I know, right? It actually is pretty obvious, but we don't smoke anymore.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with it anymore. It's one of those things. I don't think I try to think of names whenever you're naming anything, when we had to name our publishing company or this and that, and it's just it's always kind of whatever, you know what I mean?
At the time.
Yeah, you just gotta pick something and stick with it, and I think there's pluses and minuses to being called the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
Great ad revenue from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people are hell no, stay. I mean, we love your music, but we can't affiliate ourselves with a brand called the Chainsmokers. And then some people are this is the coolest name ever, and it works out. So
I think when you think about stuff like that too, it's funny because you could be they're called Chainsmokers. We couldn't associate a brand, but I also say fucking shit all the time on Twitter and post whatever I want. So it's in general, I don't think our brand is you know what I mean?
The people who were turned off by Chainsmokers would be equally as turned off by our Twitter if we were named, I don't know, the poker players.
Yeah, exactly.
So was this year your first Winter Music Conference?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So what was it like when you got the call to fill in for Laid Back Luke at Ultra?
I was asleep, and our manager just came in and was like, "Hey, you guys are playing main stage in 5 hours." We were like, "Get out of here!" And then and he's like, "No, you gotta do it." And we're like, "Shit!" So we had to wing the set, but I mean, I think it turned out pretty well, and it was definitely a huge honor, and it was, main stage at Ultra is kind of the pinnacle of where you can get to in dance music. So I mean, we had no idea that we got it would be this soon that we were up there. I don't know if we deserved it or not, but it happened.
Yeah.
And going from Ultra Music Conference, one of the big stories of the week was all the health problems, all the DJs either going to the hospital or having medical issues.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourselves healthy and focused with your insane tour schedule?
Well, I mean, our insane tour schedule is pretty new. At least playing every day, not going home for a month, that's a new thing to us. So we're still getting used to it, and we're about to do the next 24 hours. We're playing 6 shows.
Wow.
So we're playing tonight, and then we have an 8 a.m. car that's driving us to Indiana, and then we have a flight that's after a like day show there, we're flying to Chicago to do Life in Color. Then we're doing the Life in Color after party. Then we have an 8 a.m. flight to Arizona to do a day party, and then we have another party at night in Arizona.
Do you production on the road, or do you do that only in the studio when you're at home?
We try to do it on the road. It's obviously better if you can get in a studio. And it's kind of fun. Like when we travel around now, if we have some time, we can get into a studio in LA or, in a different city. I like doing that. It was pretty fun. We did that last week. We got in the studio with Small Pools, and just did a session and banged out a really cool record and cool vocal. So we try to do it on the road, but yeah, if you can get in the studio, it's better.
You did a remix of their last record, didn't you?
Dreaming, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been trying to collaborate with them for basically since that record, actually, and it's just schedules is tough, and finally we pinned down a day, and I don't know, everything seems to happen for a reason. It's really weird how if we look back on everything, all the decisions we've made and opportunities we've missed or passed on or whatever, and everything kind of it's funny, at the time when you're like, God damn them, why won't they get in the studio with us? And then, and then we just when we did, we had this awesome song, so it's cool. It's fun. I guess it's a lesson to be learned. Patience is a virtue.
Speaking of patience, going back to your production, what DAW are you using?
What?
What digital audio workstation do you use?
Ableton.
Ableton?
Yeah, I do everything Ableton.
And when you DJ live, are you on laptop or CD?
No, we just use USBs into the CDJs.
Very cool.
But we're looking to elaborate on that. Once we're going to do a full production tour in the fall, and then that's the point where we're we're really going to get an opportunity to bring more equipment with us and build out our production in general. So.
And so right now, are you signed to Universal Republic, DimMac? Are you independent?
So we signed Selfie and 2 other records to DimMac, but our deal ended up getting bought by Republic. So we'll still be doing releases with DimMac, but we are signed to Universal Republic.
There was a bit of a rumor, and this may be a sensitive topic, but in the DJ world, apparently the rumor got out that y'all got paid $2 million to license Selfie.
I wish. No, that's insane.
It's an awesome rumor, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty badass rumor, but no, it was not that much money.
I was really hoping it was going to be about my dick size, and then it said money. It's alright.
All kinds of stuff ends up out
Who
there.
told you that rumor? That's funny.
It was on the radio message boards.
Wow.
The DJ message boards for the radio stations.
Let's perpetuate this.
Yeah.
2.5.
And with that $2.5 million, what did y'all do with the money?
We bought an island that we're planning to populate with golden retrievers.
We're just waiting for their litters to come to fruition.
Yeah.
That works.
And then we're throwing a festival on it.
Yeah.
So your mix of foxes is sick.
Thank you.
Was that a difficult record to work with, that kind of vocal?
I don't think so. We always work with kind of alternative sounding vocals, and that vocal, it's kind of bare, so we kind of had to. I always try to support the vocal with the production. So that one was a little tricky. I actually definitely did spend more time on that than we did with some of our other remixes.
And right now, are you working towards a full-length album, an EP?
No. An EP maybe. We're working with so many different people, and it's we don't have anything finished right now, but I feel like we're going to have 2 weeks where we're going to finish 6 records, and then we're going to be shit, what do we do with all this music? So, I think all of our fans are pretty anxious to hear what we're going to come out next with our original music. A lot of them know our remixes, but the only original track we really put out is Selfie, and that's not really any of that stuff. So I think it would be best for us to put out, some of our stronger singles first and kind of get people to really know who we are, on the original music side, but and then maybe an EP or an album.
Yeah, it's a different landscape. It's not I don't even buy albums of anyone anymore, let alone sit around and listen to them. And like he was saying, we have so many things that are 60-70% done that we're really excited about. But for us, it's been really eye-opening after Selfie, just realizing how big this world it really is in terms of who listens to music and
how big a song can get. It's actually crazy just to see from behind the scenes how far Selfie has gone, and other records that I think we perceived as being really big records because they were big in the dance scene, how no one really knows those records outside of that, or outside of America, or outside of the DJ scene. So it's definitely very eye opening for us.
Yeah, talking to people like A-Track who had hits Barbra Streisand and stuff, and he gave some really good advice about how it's important to take all those new fans and try your best to kind of bring them over. You don't want to just alienate everyone at one That said, we're just gonna do what we think is cool. So it doesn't, if those fans aren't down, then they wouldn't be down anyways.
One more question about Selfie. What's been your favorite mashup you've heard of it?
Of Selfie?
Yeah.
Like the parody ones or
anything.
We really like the dick pic one. Did you see that? The dick pic parody. That was really funny. Those are friends of ours who did that. And then
Botnick's doing a remix that we actually haven't heard yet, but those guys are killer. So I'm really excited to hear what they do with that. And that should be the remix package should be coming out soon, which is like them, Caked Up, and Will Sparks.
Melbourne Balance. Who are some of your favorite producers that you like to play in your sets?
I think we're big fans of this new group called Galantis. Have you heard of them?
Alive, right?
What's that?
The song's called Alive?
Galantis?
Yeah.
I don't know a song by
them.
There's
Alone, Alive.
There's like You, there's Smile, there's like Your Friends,
Revolution,
Help
Me.
Me. Yeah.
It's a big beat project.
Yeah, it's one of the guys from Mike Snow and Style of I.
Really?
And, yeah.
Okay.
They're awesome. They're like the best group that everyone hasn't heard about yet. And we're huge fans of theirs. We're trying to work with them. We like to play them. Who else do we play a lot of? Dioro. He's just insane.
Yeah.
His records are just so fun, and they
Happy
always
Pandas.
work. And everyone, you play it for the first time, and you play a lot of tracks the first time. People got to get used to them. You play a Dioro track, and everyone was like, "Yup," they know exactly how to react to it.
Very cool. If people want to follow you online, what's your best social media portals?
We're big on Instagram.
We're going through the struggle of our socials is real right now.
Yeah.
Because
when you get signed to a big label, and they're great in doing what they got to do, but it's like our Facebook, we have to post about selfies so often. So we're just like, look at our Facebook, and we're like,
And Instagram's like the only thing that like remains pure to our
and our
personality and. But yeah, I mean, the Chainsmokers on Instagram, Chainsmokers on Twitter, the Chainsmokers on Facebook. We killed it with the domain names with the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
And what would you like to say to all of your fans out there?
Thank you, and it's incredible that this many people are listening to our music still and sharing our music, and it's been incredible. I met this guy a year and a half ago, and honestly, I feel like we made so many friends, and it's awesome, and we're so grateful.
Yeah, and sorry about the selfie stuff.
Yeah.
Stick around, it'll be worth it.
Very cool. This is Ron Slomwitz with the Chainsmokers here in Nashville, Tennessee for Fusion Radio and Notable Dance. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Ron.